so this is, I was doing this as a demo on a live train on Whatnot, and we ran out of time to finish. So this is going to be part 2 of doing this little fall fairy journal. This was our example that I had made previously. It's got lots of little pockets, mini signature in there. It's got a little belly band. It folds out, has some tags, and a little hidden tag in here. And then it also has a tag hidden in there as well. So if you want to see part 1, go ahead and find that video on my YouTube channel. And you will be able to get to the step we are at currently. Alright, so we are going to pick up, we had gone as far as I demoed doing one pocket on the inside. We've covered our inside panels and we sewed in our signature. And then we have begun working on our front cover. So I'm going to keep going and work on covering these other 2 back panels because we have our front tie on, but we don't have our back tie on yet, which will go under this side. So let's go ahead and find something to cover this panel. I guess we'll use this one. Alright, so I'm just marking where I plan to cut. I do like to leave a little border so you can see the brown of the bag. Oh, there it is. It's like, where did my mark go? Cut this down to size. And hope that I cut in a mostly straight line. I'm going to just stress around these edges. That's nicely covered. And now we will do our back cover of our journal. Let's see. We might do one of the fall pieces. What I might do. Might just do to right here with this and then put one of the fall leaf portions as a pocket on the back. That way it'll still follow the vintage vibe of the inside. And then we'll have our fall leaves to pop on there. Let's see if those line up. Oh, that pocket's a little bit thinner. Well, we will do. I want it to match up on the back, so. Alright, we're just going to trim this down to be the pocket. That'll work. Let's distress around these. I'm going to notch my pocket. And we're only going to do the sides and the bottom on this so we can tuck a little tag in there. Okay. Alright. Oh. We have to put the other half of our closure in here. Back up just a little bit. Put glue on both of our sides. And we're going to line it up with the front closure. I'll just tuck that right in there. Hold it down for just a moment. There we go. So now we have our tie closure. All right, I am going to put the other fairy on the front of the signature. It's a little too long, so I'm going to trim some of the rocks on the bottom because I like the sky a lot. Just color around the edges just so there's not the white edge of the paper. All right. I just don't like anything being bright white and things that I do. I don't do bright white. I'll glue this on the front of the signature. There we go. Her gorgeous self right there in the middle. All right, so now we are going to add more pockets, and then we've got to make some tags and stuff. So we need to add, got one pocket there. We need to add one here. I think I'm going to do another belly band on the on this one. And then we also have a small tuck pocket to do like a half tag. Let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead. This page looks like it'll work for the tuck pocket. Let's see if that's small enough to fit in here. Oh, nope, too tall. There we go, that fits. So we're gonna round these edges of this. My trash can, so I have to pick this up. And de-stress around these edges. Alright. So there we go. Now we got a little tag in the tuck pocket. I'm gonna make some tags. Make sure that fits in there, like it does. Oh, it's not very straight though. Just around the corners on my tag. And we'll come back and put trim on all of these after we get them made. Alright, so we need to make another pocket over here. This one we cut earlier. We can trim it down a little bit because it runs onto our little overhang. Make it a little shorter. There we go. We'll just round the corners of the top of that pocket, and then we'll cut a little notch halfway down, and then we'll add that right in there. But of course, first let's distress around the edges just so that they're not bright white and they blend in with our fall theme. Alright, and then we're just going to do the sides and the bottom, not the side with the notch in it. And if you don't have a notch maker, you can use, if you have a circle punch, you can make like a semicircle with it. Or if you don't have any kind of punches, you can just use some scissors and make a little spot, or you can just leave it straight at the top. It just sometimes makes it a little easier to fit the tags in and out. Alright, so now to make a tag for that pocket, use this little flower one. We'll match the flower right behind it. Around the corners. And we'll leave that there and we'll come back and add some trim in a bit. And if I want to put a pocket on there, it's going to cover that. It's kind of pretty. And we're going to make a tag for back here. I'm going to use part of this fall background and make a small tag to go in the back. And then we'll just trim those corners. The bottom, I think this one I'm going to make a pointy tag instead of trimming the top. So I'm going to hack off just on either side. make that type of tag. And then I guess we will cover that. We'll use part of a fall background. It's a little too wide. I'm just going to trim some of that off. Trim a little more. Go. And then around these top corners and put a notch halfway through. There we go. And we're going to de-stress around this. Alright. And we're only going to put glue on the sides and the bottom, not on the side where I made the notch. Okay. And that up there. Okay, then we need to make a little tag for that. Which, that's a little tag, but it could work. Especially because it's already cut, other than it's kind of crooked. De-stress the sides of that real quick. Which this one's a dark one, so it's kind of just for the sides where we cut. Alright, and then here I was going to put a belly band. Let's see, how many more pockets do I have to make? I think I'm done making pockets. We made a tag for in here, so we just need a belly band, and then a tag for our top tuck spot, and a tag for our front tuck spot. And then we're all done. We're almost there. Well, of course, now we have to add trim. Alright, so I think I'm gonna use this fall part as a belly band. I'm gonna make that a little thinner though. It's a little bit long. Okay, let's just stress this. Alright, and to attach this, we're only going to put glue at the very top and at the very bottom. Okay, and then we'll give that a little while to dry. Gonna make it a little tag. And two of the corners. And then I think I'm gonna make this a more triangular tag. Top. And I'll just distress this guy. Okay, and that'll work for there. So now we need large tags to go on the top and to tuck into here. So let's see, that back part is pretty deep. Where's my pen? So I'm gonna move it right there. And that's that big. Alright, let's see if this fits in our top spot. There we go. Yep, that works well. So we'll make the large journaling card tag. And we'll put some trim on it just to make it easy to get out of that pocket. Alright. That one fits in there. And now we need one to fit in here. So that one right here. And then that full length should fit in there. Let's see if that fits. It sure does. Alright. Down our corners. And then distress this. And that one fits right in there. All right, so now we need to add some trim to our tags. Let's see. And this glue does actually work really well for putting trim on. When I'm folding over like this, I do put it between the layers as well. And then you kind of just hold it for a little bit and it will gives you some moment to adjust if you need to. And then you hold it for just a moment and then it'll be pretty well stuck on there. See, there we go. I think that dark red ribbon looks really good matching with the fairy. Oh, you know what? We should probably work on our cover some before we start using trim on other parts of it. Adjust this fold. Oh, I think that's that card we stuck in here. Did I put it in too far? There we go. All right, so we're going to add some trim on here. So I'm going to take the brown lace that comes with the kit, and I'm going to use that to go on our spine. It has this perfect little center line, and it covers well. So I'm going to measure where I need to cut that. I'm going to put it down the center line, and then I'm also going to put it on the front part first. Now, since it is lace, it will come through the lace, but it will dry clear. It's lined up. And there. I don't want it to dry with it flat. I want it to be folded so that it'll fit correctly. And it won't tug when it's closed. I'm going to put some on the back side now. Okay, we're going to give that just a moment. Alright, and while that is drying, I'm going to pull a couple of these tags out and we can work on putting trim on them. And we'll give that a moment to dry. Alright, let's see. It's got a lot of green in it, so we'll use some of this green trim. I think I'll also use some of this red with it as well. The red and the green will look good together. Yeah, I think that looks cool. Alright. And if you don't have time to wait for the adhesive you're using to dry just a little bit to that tacky point, you can use hot glue. Just make sure you don't put too thick of beads in it when you do the dots of hot glue, because it'll make the journal very thick with all of its fold over pocket spots. Alright, I'm gonna let that one. Ooh. I think we need a little more on the inside fold. Let's see. I think for this one, we'll use some of the cream. And this one, I might do some of this brown lace on it. That ribbon is just not cooperating today. Put that on there for now. Alright. That dry. I think I'm going to use one of our metallics. I think I'm going to put the red pumpkin on the front cover. So I think I'm going to put the brown acorn on this tag. Alright. So let's see. This one right here. A cream colored one right in there. Oh no, it came off. I should have waited a little longer. Okay, we'll wait a little on that one. Oh, we didn't paint trim on that. And that one goes in the back pocket. Put some on the inside, some on the back. And then we'll put a big dot on there to hold this leaf on. Oh, maybe I put a little too much. Alright, we'll let that one dry. So now I just need one on a little hidden one to make it easier to pull out. And we might match and just do that same brown lace on top. I think I'll just tuck this one back. Alright, so that was holding that down. Let's see what else we're going to do to this cover. Add some white, or should I add some green? No, wait, I'm going to use some of this green leaf trim, so we should probably use the white. Oop. Use some of that down the lace. I don't think I want to cover it that much. Maybe just a little corner. guess let's put this on here first. I think I'm just going to put it down the stem. That way the leaves will be left to pop up a little bit. Let's see if we can get that on there. Okay, I'm going to put this pumpkin on here. I'm also going to tuck a couple of leaves in right behind the pumpkin. Alright, looking at this. Stay put, little leafy vine. Alright. Let's see. We've got that tag back in there. That one's in there. We need to tuck our little tag into our belly band. Go. And this little guy was on the back. And then I might need to dry a little bit more. Right, I think I did everything. Wondering, I might just add, do I want to add to the belly band? No, I can add some leaves to the belly band. It'll match the cover. Yeah, I think that'll look cute. Get a little more stand out from the paper behind it. Make sure it wiggles. I don't really want it straight. I want it to look like a vine growing. Morph it around a little. I don't know if those really match theirs. some pop out leaves on her. I think we'll add them on the corners of her. And we'll tuck this guy into his little hidey hole. Give this just a moment before we close that. All right. And there's our finished journal. Thank you guys for watching.